Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Benjamin T. Guzman from Santa Anastasia San Rafael National High School, and I'm going to be your discussant. I will be giving you the second theory, and that will be the Dingdong Theory. The Dingdong Theory, or the Dingdong Hypothesis, bases the origins of language on onomatopoeia. And when we say onomatopoeia, I believe that we are aware of its features. So that is the imitation of sounds. For examples, so one important thing to remember about this theory, it is linked or associated with onomatopoeia. Also, this idea states that language began when humans started naming things or objects after a relevant sound that was already involved in their everyday life. Do you want an example? Well, you better watch this video.
This theory posits that when they get in touch with an object, humans are prepared to emit certain sounds, as they were struck as a bell. People reacted to stimuli in the world and produced sounds or oral gesture which can reflect or harmonize with the environment. Because of this, it's argued that there is a mystical power of some things to evoke particular sounds from men. Harmony of sound and sense is independent of the imitation of one sound by another. Speech might arise as a reaction to essential qualities of objects in the environment.
Words common to our language frequently have fascination of their own when grouped together with other words having the same sound patterns. Consider clash, batch, that, crash, slash, smash, trash, gash. All of these words terminating with ash express terrible, violent deeds and actions. Why have we chosen the sound ash to describe mutilation?
The word for mother in most languages begins with the letter M. Mater, mere, madre, mutter, mam, and mat. Is it only by accident or coincidence that the M sound is made by pursing the lips in the manner of a suckling child?
Consider some of the words that begin with FL. Some of them are flicker, flurry, flame, flounce, fly, flash, flee, fling, flash. In order to produce these sounds, our tongue moves forward rapidly to produce the FL sound. Did you notice that all these words refer to rapid movement?
Some important histories characters have supported this theory, as Plato, Pythagoras, and Mueller.
Well, that was a very informative video. So it was also mentioned who are the people behind this idea. So it was Max Muller who first proposed this theory. So he stated that the theory maintains the primitive elements of the language, which are reflex expressions induced from sensory impressions. Eventually, this theory was favored by Plato and Pythagoras. They also said that the original sound people made were supposedly in harmony with the world around them. However, this theory is limited and is not applicable to all. So here are the reasons why. This theory is said to be limited for it only represents the sounds of certain objects, but it is unclear how to provide onomatopoeia for silent objects such as rock. It also does not consider abstract ideas like love or justice, as there are no sounds for these words. In addition, this theory does not supply words for grammar or abstract items in the English language, so it is not hard to imagine that these types of words are unusual and rare in most languages. Onomatopoeia is such a small part of the linguistics and varies greatly from language to language. Because of these limitations, it is considered to be a limited hypothesis or theory. For example and some additional information, we're gonna have another video. So let us all watch this.
Once upon a time, a world without language. Spoken words were not a human business. But one day, they started naming things as they sounded. And that's how the first human words were created. This is what we call the Dingdong hypothesis.
This theory of language says that everything has a particular sound. For example, when something crashes, there's a sound that we connect with this, like crash or boom when something explodes.
Cough, cough, cough. Wait, did he say cough? Cough? Oh, so this is coughing. I'm sorry. Was that a knock? Knock knock. Oh, so that is knocking. By the way, how would we say love according to the Dingdong hypothesis? And how will we name a rock as a rock according to the Dingdong hypothesis? I think we are in trouble. Reason of why the Dingdong hypothesis is a very limited hypothesis. The Dingdong hypothesis makes reference to the objects and their sounds, the natural phenomena and their sounds. But according to this hypothesis, we couldn't name silent objects and we couldn't name abstract nouns. That's why the Dingdong hypothesis doesn't work as a real hypothesis.
The negative part of this theory is that it doesn't explain the origin of grammar or syntax. On the other hand, this theory doesn't work for blind or deaf people because they don't see the image that the sound represents or they don't hear the sound.
Thus, the Dingdong theory also discloses that language was originated out of a natural correspondence between objects of sense perception and the vocal noises which were part of early humans' reactions to them. Now, do you have any idea why this theory was named the Dingdong Theory? I believe that we are all thinking the same thing. So this theory was named after the analogy of the sound of the bell induced by the stroke of the clapper. So that is also another proof that this theory or this hypothesis uses or bases its origin on onomatopoeia. So that will be all for this theory. I hope that I was able to give you all the necessary information that you have to know about this theory. So another theory will be given to us by the next reporter. Thank you for watching.